When you hear that music, you know it's the Mom Show. I'm Kristin Cruz. How are you today? I'm at KHTS 12 to 1 every Thursday live. It's so much fun being here in the studio. I've got Cody here with me, producer on the boards. We have some great guests calling in. Hair by Mallory is going to share some stories that are going to blow your mind. And it's about blowing your hair straight, honestly. I just posted something on Instagram yesterday. I hope you follow us, KHTS, on Instagram. It's so much fun, and I probably do an inappropriate amount of Insta stories on there. I'm sorry. If every time you open the KHTS Insta stories, I'm doing something pretty lame, but sort of entertaining, I hope. Maybe funny and educational at times is my goal. But I was just on there yesterday talking about this weather and how it's sweaty and disgusting, and my hair is not having it. So I turned to the experts, as I do. I call it my momtourage. It's my group, my bounty of experts that I have acquired throughout the years. It's one of the awesome perks about working your tail off in the entertainment industry. You get to actually run in and meet many, many extremely smart people who are the best at their jobs. They're just the cream of the crops. And lucky for me, I get to bounce back and forth between some of them sometimes and rub shoulders with the industry's top people. And in this case, we've got one of the industry's top hairstylists that knows how to fix a big bad problem that many of us ladies have. And you know how things will come out into the press and they will become popular and all the celebrities will do it. And so then we think we should do it. And then 15 minutes later, we find out it's bad for us. Like, how many times has that happened? Whether it's a fad diet or fen or you name it. I know, right? Suddenly you're watching late night TV and there's like an infomercial for a lawyer who's willing to help you like sue some pharmaceutical company about it. So it's ridiculous. Well, I think the same thing kind of happened with the Brazilian blowout. So you've either had one of two reactions there. You either went, not the Brazilian blowout. It's going to fry my hair off. I know. Or you're sitting there right now going, I'm going to call that show because I'm a stylist and Brazilian blowouts are fine. In which case, I think you should, because I would love to know more. 298 KHTS. Look, anything that makes a mom's life easier and prettier, faster, that's what we're all about on the Mom Show. So 298 KHTS if you want to call in live. And, of course, if you're listening to this as a podcast, thank you. Stay here. Keep listening because we're going to have some specialists on to help us out. And if you're on Facebook Live, thank you for watching. I need to talk to my Facebook Live people a little bit more. We're doing an unboxing every Thursday now on the show. It's funny because I was just talking to Mallory about unboxings. They can be weird or tedious, or maybe they're just like, oh, that just creeps me out to just sit there watching somebody else opening a present. But you know, it's one of the most exciting things for me on Christmas morning is watching other people open the gifts. Like, I get just as excited when they're opening new stuff as I do my own presents, maybe even more. And I think that's the phenomenon of unboxing. That might be part of it, which makes me happy because it means society is still altruistic and good beings, that we like to see other people that are happy. Well, I couldn't be happier because I got 4 awesome boxes in the mail this week, and I've already shared one of them with my daughter. And we're going to put it up on my blog at The Mom Show. But we've also got something from Rachel Zoe. Oh my gosh, you guys, this box that she sends out. I probably couldn't afford to actually order it myself, but it was gifted to me. It only comes out once a season because she's a fashion, it's Rachel Zoe. So she does seasons and so instead of like a monthly box. So I've got her box here. I've got it right here, and I'm going to open it after the show. I've got my influencer box, which I'm so excited about. Some makeup, I think, is in there. And then something from a movie studio. It's got to be a movie that's coming out. So sometimes we get Blu-ray DVDs to look at and review. We're going to see what's in there. So after each show on The Mom Show, I will do Instagram Live so that you can see you've got something cool happening here in the Valley that's live. And also so anybody, anywhere, can look at what we're unboxing on The Mom Show. It's all mom stuff, things that we love for ourselves or for our kids. Like I said, if it makes things easier, prettier, or faster, I'm there. And speaking of how hectic our lives are, coming up later in the show, we'll do the Babble Buzz, as we do every week. I love to showcase our media partnership with Babble, which is courtesy of Disney. You've got another destination if you're a mom, Babble.com. It's fantastic. It has absolutely everything. I actually don't know how many people they must have working in one building to make this site happen. Like 500 people? I should ask them next time I'm on a conference call with them. But there's so much information, and it's always new. So on Babble.com, the editor sent me something that just resonated with me. It was an entrepreneur, a mompreneur, which of course I'm going to showcase and spotlight because I love that. And it's all about how mom life, hashtag mom life, has become so tough and so crazy that relief from parenting life has actually become an industry. It's beginning to start its own industry. So, guys, we need to get it together, or we can just keep running amok and running with our like a chicken with our heads cut off because some fabulous women, who I will be telling you about, are doing some very interesting things that are just for us to help us handle our daily lives as moms and take a break in a whole new, different kind of way. And I also want to share with you how she even thought of this idea, which is fabulous because it wasn't from when she was a mom. It was before that. And if you are a career woman, you're a working mom, I think any woman can relate to this. It's a great story coming up on the Mom Show from the Babble Buzz. I'm so glad you're joining me today. So thank you so much. Do we have Mallory on the phone with us? Because I want to jump in and talk about hair. You know, it's really funny you guys listen to, I'm sure, all of our wonderful KHTS programming on 12:20 a.m. Tomorrow at this time, it's Alex Urbina from 12 to 1. And I love to make the joke about, I think it's a fantastic thing that I get 12 to 1 mom style on Thursdays and he gets 12 to 1 dad style on Fridays. But, you know, he's a fun guy, but he also seriously affects people's lives and makes real change and does these really awesome things for people. And so he dropped by the studio today right before we went on the Mom Show, and it was so sweet. He came in and, you know, we just chatted real quick, and he said, so what are you going to talk about today? And I was like, hair? He's all... okay, you know, he's like, you know, you go off and change lives and help family dynamics and help teenagers and in need, and I'll talk hair because it's the Mom Show. So listen, what I said to Alex, by the way, is that, and he agreed, I am changing lives if I can make your life a little bit easier and help you feel a little bit prettier and happier and safer in what you're doing, then hey, moms are feeling better. And, you know, happy mom, happy family. Just like, you know, happy wife, happy life. That's how the world works. So we're going to help you out. And helping me out on the Mom Show today, it's Mallory, Hair by Mallory, on the phone with us. How you doing, hon?
Good. How are you?
I'm awesome. I'm so excited that you could join us to talk today. Thanks for just jumping in there when I asked you about it. It was on my mind, and Mallory and I just spent some time together, quite some time, because I had quite a few fixes needed, and she just became like this one of my favorite go-to people because she actually nerds out on hair stuff, big time. Like she knows all of the technical, scientific background stories about things and also still does killer hair. So it's the best of both worlds. I thought, who else better to have on the show to talk about keratin and my hair problems than Mallory? So so you're a mom as well, mom of two, just like me.
Yes, I have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old.
Aw, and how's everything going now? How's everybody doing today? They're probably at school still, right? 12, 15?
They are, but, you know, mornings are crazy, right? So trying to get ready to look good at drop-off or feel at least like you look good at drop-off, and then, you know, saying hello to everyone you don't really want to see that early in the morning. So, yeah, they're at school now, but, yeah.
The only person I want to see that early in the morning is my barista at the coffee bean. That's it. And they become really important, close friends of mine. You know, because they see me at my worst. I dread it too. Do you think we can't be the only moms who dread getting up and getting dressed for morning drop off? I mean, it's really, I don't like
intimidating. It's intimidating. It's, you know, some people are morning people and some people aren't, and some people have more time than others, and some people have, you know, spouses that can help get kids ready for school, and some people don't. So everybody just lives a different life. And I mean, all of those factors I just mentioned can be intimidating, you know, and so to go to school and try to look like you're, you know, doing it, whatever that is, especially, you know, if you have freedom of scheduling, and you don't have a corporate job, sometimes you don't have that push to have to get ready. So I think that makes it even a little bit more intimidating.
I wish I could just wear a T-shirt explaining my lifestyle woes so that people would then understand how I'm dressed. Do you know what I mean? Just a T-shirt. Like, I definitely wear my hashtag mom life trucker hat from other truckers, or I'll wear my, coffee before talkie T-shirt that says, because I'm not a morning person, even though I was a morning radio DJ for many years. I do not do mornings well. Or I have a shirt that actually says that. I don't do mornings. I have one of those. I have a mug that says that. But I wish I could have like a shirt that had a full Facebook post style space that was just like, so here's the deal.
This is my best. Yes, this is my best.
This is me trying. If you say anything, you'll hurt my feelings.
Well, that's the funny thing, right? Nobody says anything. It's, we're all just trying to do our best, and, but yes, so. definitely, morning drop-offs are not my favorite time of the day. I'm better with pickup, but, that's because that's the end of the day and things have calmed down.
Well, I know we're all doing our best, but I hope everybody looks at each other and does understand that and realize that. I mean, the whole reason I have this nonprofit that I have, Moms in Media, and kind of the whole idea behind that, and even the show and what we're doing, just connecting me and you on the air right now, is, understanding that we're all doing our best. Give me a break. We're trying to figure it out while the cameras are rolling, like in life. There's no going back. There's no rewind. Like, everything we're doing is print and moving forward. So instead of like silently judging one another, hopefully we are just looking at each other and going, you know what? She made it to school today. Good for her. Like, that's it.
Yep. I think it's important that we find, something to compliment each person about in the morning. If somebody makes eye contact with you, I think it's important to, greet them with at least a hello and, find something about them that you like and compliment it, because it makes you feel good. And, we have to hold each other up as moms, and sometimes you don't want to do it, but I've learned that if you just do it anyway, it'll actually make you feel better.
That's actually true. And I'm the one that'll hold my own self back from that, because I feel like I have bad coffee breath and I don't want to talk to someone too close, or I don't have good looking hair today or whatever. So it's usually me that's holding myself back from smiling, going, hi, good morning. Like, oh, I love that bag, or whatever it might be that, it's usually like my own insecurities. It has nothing to do with the other people.
Of course, and as a hairstylist, when I drop my daughter off and her hair is not braided or styled perfectly, I'm like, oh, yes, no, I am a hairstylist. Yes, I do this for a living, but not her hair, because it's not worth the battle. So, yes, we're here together with this hair. It's mine, all mine. So, yeah, I don't want to talk to people either. I get it.
Your daughter is precocious. I told Isabel when I came home from spending some time with you the other day that she reminded me a lot of your daughter, just from the stories you were telling me about her, just being so outgoing and talkative, and kind of, how I was telling you, Izzy said to me the other day, Mom, let me do me. I was like, wow, okay. I have one of those kids. Sounds like you do too, though.
We have to let them, grow as individuals and find their space on this earth. And, I think that it's not always easy, because, we don't want to look bad, right? We keep talking about looking bad. So
right.
We don't want to look bad. Our kids are, making their own choices. And I think it's important, for us as moms to nurture that and to just help them have the confidence to be able to do them, and just let them figure that out on their own and be their support and be their soft place to fall when they need it,
Well put. Mallory, you're so deep. Jeez.
I know. I'm really blowing myself
away. You're so funny. I got to tell you, in all honesty, and like confessional moment right now, is that yesterday I was so up to my hairline. I was like, at my nerves, wit's end. I was literally Googling, how young can you send kids to boarding school? I'm not kidding.
Yes.
If someone hacks my Safari, they will see my Google search I was really like, not that I, come on, guys. No judge free zone. Judge free zone. But, it gets to the point where I was like, really? How young could they be? There's one in Ojai that takes third graders.
Well, this is why you send your children to grandma's for the summer, right? You just send them. You're like, oh, you're going to grandma's for the summer.
Oh my gosh, whatever works for you, do you. And seriously, as moms, it should apply to us as well. So, feeling good and looking good are sometimes go hand in hand. And I know for sure if we can find some solutions to help moms feel a little bit better about ourselves, then we need to talk about it. And I got to tell you, when I met Mallory, I was a little bit. So I was only slightly hesitant because I do my research about things. I'm really dorky, journalistic. That's my background type of person. So I do lots of research on things all the time. But when I also straighten my hair a lot. I'm half Latina, and I have to have my hair straightened a lot. Now, if you can relate to me, you're going, I get it. You have to have it done because I can't do it myself. And if you have like straight hair that's awesome that you can do yourself, I'm jealous of you. You will not be friends. No, I'm kidding. But you probably think I'm complaining, like, oh, I have to have somebody else do my hair. But really, my hair is wild. It is so hard to tame. And Mallory was going to straighten it with keratin. And I've heard of that, but I've also heard of the Brazilian blowout. And I also grew up in the 90s, 80s and 90s with perms, which all I remember about perms is that they burned everybody's hair off, and then they came back into style for some unknown reason not so long ago. And I think we're probably doing the same thing again. I don't know. So all I know is that when a hair trend goes bad, everybody talks about it, and that's kind of how I feel about these straightening treatments. But then Mallory taught me a little bit more about keratin, which made me feel hopeful, to say the least. Okay, so explain what keratin is, because we've heard of it, but maybe people don't know what it is.
Yes, keratin is something that our bodies naturally produce in our hair, skin, and nails. So it's something we already have, and that's why the keratin treatment is so great, is because it's just taking something and putting it somewhere where it's lacking, really, is for the hair, in terms of the hair. So that's all keratin is. It's pretty simple. It's just a protein that our body produces naturally in our hair, skin, and nails.
So that's different than putting chemicals that are derived in some sort of laboratory that don't come from any natural source. That's much different when you're putting that on your body, I would expect.
Yes. The great thing about keratin is that it is something that our body produces. They also make different, they make an organic version of it. So if you have allergies or sensitivities or, something that a lot of people have, certain things that, they like to do or they don't like to use.
Yeah.
And so they do offer an organic version, and they also offer one that is stronger, and it doesn't actually straighten the hair, which is great. What it does is it smooths down the cuticle and keeps it from being frizzy and makes it shiny. So and you can wear that curly too. So it's really nice, the keratin, versus some of the other products out there that have more of a permanent, long-lasting effect, especially over time. They can cause, the hair to become just different. It can be flatter, it can be limp, it can be, lots of different things. So the great thing about the keratin is that it doesn't affect the way that your hair lives past the treatment.
Okay, so explain to me this and riddle me this, Mallory. Okay, I have massively frizzy hair. It hates almost all weather. There's rarely a perfect day where it'll behave itself. What makes frizzy hair frizzy? Like, why does my hair puff up so that when it dries naturally, or I attempt to do it, I look like a Christmas tree is on my head?
Okay.
Please explain.
The Christmas tree is the cut. That's the Christmas tree. With curly hair, that's always the cut. But the good thing is that the frizziness comes from the cuticle, which is,
What's
it's each
cuticle?
individual.
Because I only know nail cuticles. Maybe I don't know hair.
know.
What's the hair cuticle?
So the hair cuticle is the outer layer. I know you said I was a science.
I want to know.
Here we go.
That's why you're on the show.
The cuticle is the outer layer of the hair, and it appears. It has scales on it, and so the frizz comes. I know. Well, look under a microscope. It's pretty interesting, but it has scales, and so when your hair is frizzy, it means that those scales are open. And when your hair is smooth and shiny, it means that those scales are nice and tight and hugging the second layer of the hair. So, you know, people that have resistant hair or really curly hair or coarse hair, their cuticle, their basically jacket for their hair is exposed to the elements more. So that's why it gets frizzy, and that's why it gets, you know, it can sometimes look dull. And that's why the keratin is so beneficial to, you know, people that have frizzy, coarse, curly hair, is because it fills in those scales, and that's what gives you the shine and the benefits, which, you know, are drying your hair faster when you do want to style it on your own, or, you know, wearing it curly, not having it frizzy, making your life easier, really.
Okay, so my hair when it's frizzy is like all shocked out, like
Yes.
my it's like sing, like you can't see it, but it's all the cuticles are frayed. And then when you put some smoothing mechanism on, all the scaly things that are all dry and cracky and frayed out smooth back down, and that's why my hair looks like way better.
Correct, and why it's shiny. And you know,
It's shiny.
just to give everybody a visual, I always take my hand and spread out my fingers all the way, and that's basically the open scales.
Yes.
And then when you put your fingers, you know, nice together, that's what you see a lot of times, you know, for women that have straight hair, like their cuticle is really tight, and that's why it's smooth. So yes, the keratin is the filling to those scales, which is why it's such a great benefit to those that have coarse curly hair.
You know what? That's a really good way of looking at it. I was doing that with my fingers, and that totally does make sense. And I have always envied people with straight hair. I've always wanted straight hair my whole life. When I was a little girl, I was like, why? I remember I was on the playground at one point, and like some kid was trying to point me out on the playground. They're like, the girl with the big fluffy ponytail. And I'm like, oh, I heard that. You know, I don't know why. We always want what we don't have, which is so annoying. And that is also one of the things I want to talk to you about in the next segment, because when you do certain hair treatments, like a perm or like a straightening thing, like this whole Brazilian blowout, you can only wear that style. You can't do anything else. Like you go straight and you can't ever go curly until it wears out, or vice versa, and you're stuck with that one look. With keratin, first of all, I'm a big proponent of any alternatives that are natural or organic. That is my deal in life. Like, I really, really am trying to make shifts at home, and you can see my blog. I'm trying so hard with the kids. It's pretty sad, but I'm trying. If there's an alternative that's more natural and that'll actually allow some flexibility, then I'm down with it. And that's what a keratin treatment can do, no matter who you get it from. That's what it can do for you, right, Mallory? So we're gonna try to help some women get some better, easier, more natural, not so chemically and gross hair help in the next segment.
Yes.
Okay, can you stick around for it?
Of course, yeah.
Oh, yay. Nobody's like sitting under the dryer. Their color's going to go, like, you know, you're good. You can talk for a couple more minutes.
Yeah, my next keratin treatment is at 1:30, so we're good.
All right, Mallory, we'll be right back. You're listening to The Mom Show. Remember, you can call in anytime to chime in. Love to hear from you. If you are a stylist, glam squad, or a mom with a hair question, this would probably be the best time to ask. We've got Hair for Mallory on with us, 298 KHTS, your hometown station.
Pumpkins are back in Santa Clarita. just a short ride up Bouquet Canyon. Introducing the Gilchrist Farm Harvest Festival and Pumpkin Patch with pumpkins, and more pumpkins. Open from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. daily in October, the festival is full of pony rides, farm animals, live entertainment, farm crafts, and pig races. Book your professional photo session in the pumpkin patch. Learn how to milk a goat, gather eggs, and best of all, pick your perfect Halloween pumpkin. Nostalgia's returned to Santa Clarita. It's now at Gilchrist Farm, gilchristfarm.com.
Do you know a single parent struggling either financially or emotionally in the Santa Clarita Valley? Single Mothers Outreach is an organization that focuses exclusively on the needs of vulnerable single parents. Single Mothers Outreach provides assistance with housing, financial organization, life and career skills, in addition to emotional health and support. Single Mothers Outreach also provides single parents with a community of people who understand exactly what a single parent goes through and the struggles he or she faces on a day-to-day basis. Visit singlemothersoutreach.org.
Are you looking for unique gifts and home decor plus the latest in women's fashions? Look no further than Santa Clarita's favorite destination store, Cobblestone Cottage. You'll find 4,000 square feet filled with everything that makes a woman's heart go a-flutter. They are a nationally recognized Brighton Heart store carrying handbags, jewelry and footwear. You will find other top lines such as Vera Bradley and Pandora. Cobblestone Cottage in the River Oaks Shopping Centre by Target. Log on to cobblestone-cottage.com.
Here's a new holiday party idea. Presto Pasta Catering. Home or business, 10 or 500. Real Italian with really fresh ingredients. Let Presto Pasta cater your holiday party. See the catering menu at prestopasta.com. What's the perfect stocking stuffer? Presto Pasta gift cards. Get yours at Presto Pasta Valencia in the River Oaks Shopping Center. Presto Pasta. Real Italian. Presto. Especially during the holidays.
If you're in danger of losing your home to foreclosure, you need an expert. Hi, I'm Rich Sherman with Alta Realty. I've helped hundreds of Santa Clarita residents save their homes completely for free. I've got just over 20 years experience and a loan modification success rate of over 80%. I can negotiate better terms with your bank and I can save your home from foreclosure. And again, we do this completely for free. So if you're in any danger, please call me today at 661-714-1400. That number again is 661-714-1400. I'm Rich Sherman with Alta Realty, and I'll be happy to help you save your home for free.
The most family-friendly, free Halloween celebration is at Real Life Church, Saturday, October 28th from 3 to 8 p.m. Have your kids enjoy Halloween in a safe, friendly setting, including an indoor magic show, petting zoo, trunk-or-treat area, and a ton of free candy. Be sure to come hungry and enjoy food vendors, bounce in the bounce houses, play games at the park, and get pumpkins at the pumpkin patch. Halloween at Real Life Church, Saturday, October 28th from 3 to 8 p.m. Full details at reallifechurch.org.
Santa Clarita's hometown station, KHTS.
It's the Mom Show. Kristin Cruz here on your hometown station. Thanks so much for joining me every Thursday, live from 12 to 1. And then this podcast gets to sit on hometownstation.com, along with the video and all the links to our guests and the things we're talking about. Cody produces this whole thing so that you can just go to the hometownstation.com, click on podcasts, and find all the info we were just talking about. So tell your friends and subscribe, because we do this every week and we don't want you to miss a moment of it. Lots of fun things happening. Like I was saying earlier, after the show, I'll be doing an unboxing live on Instagram, so it's going to be really fun. I've got some great stuff from Rachel Zoe. It's going to be so good. On the phone with us now, Hair by Mallory. Mallory is helping us figure out how to take better care of our hair with less synthetics, less chemicals, less harm and harshful things that we've been doing to our hair. We're busy moms, and I was introduced, a mutual friend, Delia, introduced me to Mallory because she knows I'm a busy mom. She runs into me at these mommy influencer and mom blogging events, movie screenings and things like that where I'm press. And I don't know if she thought of me, Mallory, because she looked at my hair and was like, this poor dear woman. I have to say, when I was on morning radio every single day for year after year, I had a little bit more help with my hair and my skin and other things going on. And yes, I have to say that I may have fallen into the mom trap in the last year or so, wearing a lot more yoga pants, a lot more slip-on Skechers, a lot more top knots, a lot more trucker hats. It's all good. But, You know, we don't want to lose our sense of self. I am a mom, but I'm a woman, and I want to look and feel good. And sometimes I think moms put ourselves on the bottom of the list as far as people that we're going to take care of in our family. And this is one of the few mom hacks, the life hacks answers that I think might be a really cool thing to know more about. So I thought I'd share it with you. So Mallory, okay, so we're talking about keratin as an alternative to the Brazilian blowout. Can you explain, and I know you are so diplomatic about this and everything, so you're a hairstylist, you've been in the industry for a very long time, but can you explain what happened with the Brazilian blowout? Because this is like insider gossip that I want from the beauty industry right now, because it blew up, and then all of a sudden everybody was like, don't do it. So what is the deal?
Well, you know, the Brazilian blowout came out in, you know, about 10 years ago on the heels of all the Japanese hair straightening, the permanent hair straighteners. And so the Brazilian blowout was an alternative in price and time and maintenance to these Japanese hair straightening, which permanently straightens your hair. Like I always call it Cher hair, right? Because Cher had pin straight hair. So that's what these Japanese hair straightening things would do. And the Brazilian blowout was invented, and it just, you know, gave your hair not perfectly straight, but would tame it quite a bit. And so it was put out on the market and, you know, had some ingredients in it that once it was heated up to a certain temperature became unhealthy. And, you know, that's what happened. It was, it was not the initial, you know, application that was dangerous. It was once you put 450-degree heat to it. Now, you know, this is chemistry, right? This is, it's like cooking, you know.
You're nerding out on
chocolate.
me again.
Yeah, see, it's like, but it gets too hot and it becomes unhealthy for, you know, the stylist, the client, the environment. And so, you know, they went through a time of reformulating and getting things to a different place. But, you know, the difference is that my understanding, at least from, you know, me knowing what I know, is that the keratin treatment, which I choose to use just because it doesn't have any negative health effects for me as a stylist and as a mom, because I actually did do these when I was pregnant with both my children, and both my children are completely fine. But, you know, talk to your doctor. I always tell people talk to your doctor. Right. But, yeah, I just lost my train of thought.
It's safe, and you were doing them both while you were pregnant.
Yeah. The keratin treatment is something that doesn't permanently change your hair. So over time, if you get them done every 4 to 6 months, which is how long they last, depending on how you maintain your hair.
That's a long time.
You can I know, and that's great, right? You're a mom. You go in. Yeah, twice a year, 3 times a year. Get your hair, you know, like prepared for the season. I always tell my clients, you know, come in right before each season starts. And, you know, if you do style your hair, it's going to dry faster. It's going to be shinier, and it's going to cut about 50% off your styling time, which as a mom, I'm like, hello, anything that'll cut 50% off of anything, I'm into it.
Definitely.
And, yeah, so that's what it is. And, you know, you can wear your hair natural and it's not frizzy, or you can wear it, you know, curly. You can blow it out. It just saves time and, you know what, makes your life easy.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we were talking about as moms. We're like, there's just so much going on. There's so many pressures. There's so many concerns. We're worried about so many things, screen time and kindness. And am I raising I mean, just like, oh my gosh. And just, you know, bullies and Spanish classes and Mandarin classes and I don't know, and it's hard to keep up. But like, if you can just take one thing off my plate that I don't have to worry about, then bring it on, like, please, because we are just filled with stuff to worry about. And this is one thing that we don't have to worry about. This is what I liked about the keratin idea, was that it would take something off my plate. So I wouldn't have to get a blowout every single week, because, yeah, I did that for years. And I don't think that's probably really good for my hair anyways. But, you know, kudos to you if you can do that, though. I just don't have the budget anymore. But also that it's a natural alternative. And that's the stuff that's on my pillows because it's from my hair and I'm sleeping in my bed, and then my little guy comes crawling in my bed in the middle of the night and he's sleeping on my pillows and he's rubbing his skin on it. And so what I use on my body, my hair is important to me. It affects my whole family. So that's part of why I was a real proponent of this the more I found out about it. I thought it was really cool. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if your husband now, my husband, Mallory, my husband is so nice, and he won't ever tell me. He gives the best answers for everything. You know, the age-old question, like, does this outfit make me look fat? And like every man knows you're supposed to say no, right? Just say no. Just don't even try to get creative. But my husband always has the best answers for everything. And I've finally, after knowing him like my whole life, I said, do you like my hair better straight or curly? And he was like, the look of terror. Why do we do it to you guys? I swear. But, you know, he said, I like it either way. But finally, after like pushing and shoving, because I was like, well, like a Kardashian straight or like a J-Lo curly or whatever. And he's never going to like want to reference another woman. He's not stupid. So finally, I did get it out of them. He's like, well, you know, I think it looks nice, kind of wavy, you know, kind of naturally wavy. And I was just like, oh my gosh, because I had probably spent like a $1 zillion straightening my hair throughout my life, like, with all these blowouts. But so what's nice about this keratin thing, if I understand it correctly, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, please, Mallory, is that even though I'm getting it straightened, because I'm doing this, is that it can still be wavy. It can still have a little body to it. It's not going to be stick straight unless I want to flat iron it and make it that way. I haven't lost all the life in my hair.
No. And you're talking to somebody who has, you know, pin straight hair naturally. So it's not fun having straight hair either all the time because, you know, it's, you know, the grass is always greener, right? So, you know, you're right. This does allow, it relaxes your curl a little bit in the beginning, but it doesn't permanently affect it. And, you know, a lot of women that get it done with me do wear their hair curly because, you know, they're proud of their curls. And I really support the curly community and think that they should wear their curls. But I also know that a lot of girls with curly hair and, you know, moms and women with curly hair, they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to style it if they want to. And so it usually just goes up in a ponytail or in a hat, like you said. And, you know, I think it's important for them to have an alternative because I can wear my hair if I curl it with a curling iron. I mean, it's flat in 10 minutes, but I still try, you know, but at least with the keratin treatment, if you know, it's the same thing with curly girls, right? You have a blowout and then you walk outside and you're like, oh, that was a waste of time and money because now my hair's frizzy and I look like a big poof ball, right? So, you know, the great thing about the keratin treatment is you can style your hair and it won't turn into a poof ball in 10 minutes. So you haven't wasted that time, that energy, and you can wear it curly and it's not frizzy and it'll be shiny, which is, you know, if you're wearing, you know, sunglasses with shiny hair, I mean, that's really all that matters, right?
I know, really? You can rock anything else on your body. You're in, like, your sweatpants that you slept in. It doesn't matter. You're in flip-flops. But if you've got some shades on and your hair looks fabulous, no one's going to mess with you. No one's going to mess with you.
Throw in some hoop earrings and you're good to go.
I was just going to say, if you have a decent-looking handbag, if you could possibly pull that off with it. I know it's not always easy, but, you know, if you can keep one in the car just for looks, you're done. You're all good. Because we live in Los Angeles. Breezy. I'm telling you. All right. So I'm not going to lie. I really love Mallory. I think that she's a great experience as a hairstylist. And if you're going to get a keratin treatment, of course, I would say she would be an awesome person to see. And she's going to help me actually give away some freebie stuff and some fun goodie stuff for the Mom Show listeners. So you need to make sure that you go to the hometownstation.com website and look where we post the show and the podcast because all of the information is going to be there. And I'm telling you what, it's super easy. It's like the first 5 listeners that follow Mallory on Instagram, Hair by Mallory, you're going to get a very generous discount, $75 off a keratin service if you book it in October. That's amazing. And wait, let me tell you something. You get a haircut too. So I don't really know how she pulls this off, but she's awesome. I think she just knows how desperately we need it. Seriously, my ends had to come off. I'm like, she's like, do you mind if I take off, like, I don't know, 3 inches here. I'm like, no, I'm just kidding. It was like 1.5 inches, but it was all horrible and dead. And so that comes with the keratin. So I just wanted to let you know that. So just make sure that you check in for the promotion on where the blog's posted on hometownstation.com, because she's awesome. Now, listen, here's the thing about Mallory, though. She's a mom like us. She's busy. She's working mama. She cares. So if you're going to get your hair straightened wherever you go, she just wants to make sure we're knowledgeable about what we're doing, that you have the knowledge, because knowledge is power. Ladies, we know this. Knowledge is power. So if you got this stuff in your back pocket and you know what you're getting into and you know what's good for, what's for you and what's not for you, then you're just going to have a better experience. And we're just kind of all on team woman here, right? So we want to make it good for everybody. Mallory,
Absolutely.
Do you have any tips for us as we start to close up the segment? 'Cause actually, let's see, your next keratin treatment's not till 1:30, so I might actually be able to just keep you on as my side co-host buddy on the show. Because I'm talking about something that I think you could really chime in on, because you and I bet a lot of mommy friends have talked about self-care for moms. And the Babble Buzz has this great article about how self-care is being completely revamped into a whole industry, because literally parenting is that hard that we need an industry of self-care people to help us, because we're not taking care of ourselves. Maybe I can keep you around for that, Mallory. I'd love to hear you chime in on that. And then maybe you can just throw out some things that we can do for our hair, just as moms, women, whether you have keratin or not, whether you're doing coloring or not, or whatever you're doing. But just a couple of tips that could just help us have healthier, happier hair and just make our lives a little bit prettier and better. Would you be able to hang out and do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Woohoo! She was only supposed to talk for 10 minutes. I'm keeping her for the whole show. I win. All right, Mallory, Hair by Mallory is going to stay on the Mom Show with us because, it's all girl talk. So I love just having you guys on and interacting. And hey, if you want to call in 298-KHTS anytime, please, you can weigh in on that. Thanks so much for listening. We'll be right back with more of The Mom Show on your hometown station, KHTS.
Drugs or alcohol abuse can tear a family apart. In Santa Clarita, just like everywhere else, it's an epidemic. The Way Out Recovery is here to help. Call them now at 296-4444 or visit them on the web at thewayoutrocoveryscv.com. The Way Out offers outpatient treatment for adolescents, adults, and family members. The Way Out is compassionate, caring, professional, and confidential. You and your family don't have to suffer any longer. Call The Way Out Recovery now, 296-4444, or visit thewayoutrocoveryscv.com and make an appointment. Asking for help is the first step.
Do you see it? It should be around here somewhere.
No, what was that address again?
Your building sign is essential to getting customers into your location. Feathers can help get your business noticed. They'll walk you through each phase of your building sign project, providing special attention to detail and quality. Feathers will give you a sign you can be proud of. Your building sign will draw customers in instead of having them drive by. Feathers on Soledad in Canyon Country, across from the Edwards Theater.
Something big is coming to Castaic.
Is it a dinosaur, Bob?
No, Blanche.
Is it the 2020 Olympics?
No.
I know. We're finally hosting the World Cup.
No, silly. They're building Castaic High.
Bob, no way.
Go visit CastaicHighProject.com. You'll get all the latest details.
What's that web address again, Bob?
CastaicHighProject.com.
Again?
CastaicHighProject.com.
Bigger than a dinosaur?
That's right. CastaicHighProject.com.
Hometown, your hometown station.
It's the Mom Show. I'm Kristin Cruz. How are you today? I hope you're having a great afternoon. The week is almost over. That's another reason why I asked Jerry if I could do Thursdays for the show, because I was like, this is a good day. People are happy on Thursdays. It's Friday Junior. We're almost there. You can pat yourself on the back. You've pretty much already done the week. Tomorrow, we all know we're just calling it in. Come on. It's a Friday. We all know. My school's half day tomorrow. It's not even a real day. So Thursdays are a good day. It's even better when we get to hang out with girlfriends. So I have Mallory on the phone. Hair by Mallory Los Angeles is her Facebook page. Right now she's at Lola and Roxy's, where you can go and get awesome hair treatments. They have fantastic stylists there. But Mallory's helping me figure out some mom problems with hair. So Mallory, this was actually the perfect combination for today's show. Each week we do the Babble Buzz, and the editors at the Babble Buzz actually told me that there's a hot topic right now, how moms are not taking enough care of themselves, that there are actually now there's an entire industry trying to help moms. They're creating retreats, self-care retreats. We are literally having to go to the mountains, get away from our houses, get together with a bunch of other women, and learn the basics about giving ourselves a break. Doesn't that sound amazing?
It does. I call it the Korean spa. That's my...
That's your retreat?
That's my retreat. Yep. Underground, no cell reception.
That's right.
That's my retreat. Yes.
That's what I was just thinking. No cell reception is key. Well, it's really, I mean, it's a great article, and of course we'll post the link for you so you can check it out yourselves. But, you know, I guess the problem is that women just haven't been able to give ourselves permission to take care of ourselves in the midst of juggling kids and house and home, husband, relationships. And Tara Pringle Jefferson, who's only 31. So I'm like, really, dear? You should be able to deal with it. I mean, how much more energy do you need? You're 31. But she's smart. And she has figured out that there's an industry in this because women can't do it while they're at home. They literally have to get out of the house to learn how to take care of themselves, get some tools together on how to create space for themselves in it every day, and nurture themselves, and then be sent back home with this kind of toolkit, basically, of ideas to be able to implement them. And this is what I like the best about this idea. She came up with it in her late 20s when she realized she was working so hard at her career that she had lost herself. She explains that if I had a full day to myself, I wasn't sure how to spend it if I wasn't working. Oh my gosh, who can relate? Hello. I mean, I totally get that. And it's kind of like when you drop your kids off for school for the first time, like when you actually don't have any kids at home. I remember that happened with me this year. I was like, oh my gosh, what do? I have nobody to like follow around and make sure they don't need anything. I mean, have you had experiences like that, Mallory, where you're like just don't know that you should be taking care of yourself?
For sure. I think, I'm not a high maintenance girl to begin with. And, my mother wasn't high maintenance. And my example was that, she put her curlers in her hair and put on her lipstick and her makeup when she was going somewhere. And so that was my example. And, having a daughter myself, I think that, I want her to have this cute little sense of style and all this other stuff. But if I am not showing her that, right, as an example, right, she's not going to have it, which is fine with me because
me too.
She'll figure it out. But I think it's important that we remember, we're so busy trying to show our kids, right? Like we have to eat healthy, so we're going to eat healthy. And, sometimes especially our children need to see that we're taking care of ourselves, right? Because like we're the most important part of the family. Without us, it really doesn't run.
Amen, sister.
Yeah. So
amen to that.
It's if we don't take care of ourselves and we don't go on retreats and we don't, take time out for ourselves, we shouldn't feel guilty. We've produced human beings. Like we take care of our children, and children come through, like you're talking about the woman that wrote the article, that her first baby was her profession, and that's what took away from her ability to care for herself, and she got lost in her career. And that happens for working women, and it happens for moms, and it happens for women that give a lot of themselves. So I think it's important to just remember, without us, none of this would be happening.
Check out Tara's link so you can see this mom retreat. I also really wanted Mallory to talk to you about, but we're not going to have time. But let me just throw out that we're going to put the link there. Did you know Jennifer Gardner spent a whole day saying yes to her kids? on everything. She wanted to have a no-free day for 24 hours and never say the word no because it's so restricting. I love her, by the way. I'm just saying I couldn't probably do that.
I was like, I love her too. I love her. And
Yeah.
I could not do that.
Oh my gosh. So what happened was a mom blogger did it for 30 minutes, which is way better than 24 hours, wrote about it on Babble, and we're going to give you the link. So before we go and lose Mallory, because I want to hear your thoughts, people, put some comments in there, girlfriends. Mallory, give me 2 quick tips for moms with our hair before we let you go. We need some help.
Well, I think that every mom should own a wet brush for your children and for yourself. Yeah, a wet brush. And that's what it's called, a wet brush. And I think that, making sure that you do your hair at least once a week. And, whatever that means to you. No pressure. Just, do it once a week. And so start small and it'll extend itself.
Aw, see, I love that. She's thinking about making our lives easier with the wet brush and then, helping our hearts feel better. Once a week, just do your hair, girls. Just do it. Just one time, right? Just one. That's actually made me feel like a little bit of pressure. I'm like, oh my gosh, doing my hair even just once a week. Isn't that crazy? I was like, I don't know if I can do that.
Well, if you do it should last. Hopefully it lasts.
Oh, I'll wear
days,
that.
so.
I will wear a blowout for 5 days. I'm not kidding. I've got a whole thing. I got a headband and a ponytail, and then I rock it for as long as I possibly can. Mallory,
Absolutely.
Hair by Mallory on Facebook. Make sure you check out our podcast on hometownstation.com. So we've got some links. If you follow her on Instagram, the first 5 people to follow get $75 off a keratin treatment, which I think is amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. I didn't know she was going to throw that in there. I'm like, thank you so much, Mallory. And you're just a cool chick. I'm so glad I know you. And please follow me on Instagram at Kristin Cruz because I will be documenting how things are going with my own treatment and how my own hair is going. Everybody around here at KHTS knows that I need some help. I've been talking about going on a diet for a while, and it was a rough year. But so we're putting it together. We're pulling ourselves together, moms, and we're gonna help each other out. Mallory, thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me. I just want to add one thing. It's hair_by_Mallory because, believe it or not, there is more than one Hair by Mallory, which I find astonishing. And then the Facebook page is Hair by Mallory Los Angeles. Because, there's more than one Hair by Mallory.
That's right. And Mallory's a local, so we love that too about her. All right, Mallory, we'll talk to you later. Thanks so much for being here for the Mom Show every Thursday, 12 to 1. Come back next week for more on your hometown station, KHTS.